For this matchup, we'll put the Evoch-E Nighthawk Space Superiority Fighter against the Chimera. You can see by the spec sheet here that the Evoch is a very light and nimble fighter. Its dry weight turning radius is roughly 120 degrees per second. By comparison, the Chimera is a much heavier ship, much less agile, but has a lot more armor. The Chimera also has a slight advantage in weapon energy reserves, so primarily it'll be a battle against the Nighthawk's agility versus the Chimera's durability. And at the merge, we'll go ahead and fly by each other, and starting out here with roughly a one-circle engagement. And I'm going to try to keep my nose facing the Chimera. We got B Blue flying the Chimera. And once we settle into a pattern here, we'll gradually work our range in to get a little bit closer. Try to take a couple of shots at each other here. Beam cannons. Okay, not much happening on that pass, so we will try to bring the circle in a little bit tighter next time and see if we can inflict some particle cannon damage as well. Use the afterburner to regain some of the lost speed. That wasn't a very clean circle, so I need to build that back up a little bit. And we'll get back in, and while we're still at a fairly long range, we're using the beam cannons a bit, try to cut down the shields. Speed definitely dropped a little bit too much there, so I need to stay on the afterburner, build that speed back up, and get some shots in, and finally make some contact with particle cannons here. Okay, the Chimera's shifting course, so I'm going to go ahead and change my course for the other direction. We'll pass each other on the left side. Okay, looks like I won't be able to close a gap here. B Blue's doing a good job of keeping his distance. Okay, looks like we'll switch back, go in the other direction. Pass each other on the right this time. Try to work in. Not quite close enough to use cannons. Looks like the missile he fired there is more of just a distraction. Keep that out of range and use some countermeasures until it explodes. And I'll try to work my way in to get a little bit closer to use weapons. And a few hits with cannons here. I'll fire a couple of missiles also just as kind of a distraction. This isn't really a good angle for missiles anyway. And I'm trying to use the time provided by distractions and after flybys to go ahead and recharge my shield arrays to make sure they're at full strength before we engage again, as I am definitely at a disadvantage against the Chimera in a gunfight. So I need to try to minimize his ability to hit me while at the same time maximize my ability to hit him. I'm going to leave the energy bias setting to full power to shields for this pass just because I don't think he's going to be able to get in close enough to inflict much damage. Okay, switch the power back to the weapon system, start charging that, and it looks like he's slowing down. I'm going to go ahead and fire a couple missiles. This is a pretty good opportunity for that. And oh, we made some contact. Okay, got some damage on him now. Okay, before he has much of a chance to recharge his shields, I'm going to try to move in to inflict some more damage. Not an ideal situation for this fighter against a Chimera, but we're going to take a chance. And he knows he's in trouble. He's firing a bunch of missiles. And oh wow. That's the first time I think we've ever had a tie between the two of us. Okay, on this engagement, I'm going to try to use my fighter's agility a little bit more and see if that'll give me an edge in the battle. Since our cannon weapon ranges are about the same, I'm going to try to move laterally at a higher speed, making it much more difficult for him to hit me. Okay, here comes the merge, and we'll fly by each other. I'll turn around a little here, see if I can line up. Looks like he's flying away. Okay, it looks like he's going to fly an arch off to the right a bit, so I'm going to try to match, flying laterally, kind of circle around each other here, tighten it up a bit, and yeah, this is going to be too far away to do much damage. Okay, I'll hit the afterburner a little bit, try to bring my arc around so I'm flying a little bit more toward him. And I'll try to make a curved pass around him this time at a little bit closer range. He's doing a pretty good job of keeping his distance. He's firing a distraction missile there. Okay, lost a lot of speed there, so that's going to give me the opportunity to move in. Let's see if I can do any damage with cannons, and I'll fire a couple missiles. And he's on it with countermeasures. His missiles probably won't hit. He's also recovered a lot of his speed. Okay, this is a really good angle and range for cannon fire. I'll go ahead and open with beam cannons and drop the shield arrays a bit, and then fire particle cannons. And yep, he's going to hit me too. And he definitely has the advantage in this scenario, so I need to turn away and not allow him to get in range until I have a chance to recharge my shield arrays. I'll wait until those are at least partially charged at yellow level. And that was pretty good timing with that missile. I'll try to keep it far enough away. And nope, he got me with it. And he's firing some more, so this is where I'm going to use this fighter's performance, and we're going to hit the afterburner and speed away from these other missiles. No need to waste countermeasures here. I can easily outrun them when I'm flying this fast. And And I'll turn around to re-engage. And my hull damage is around 40%, so I'll probably make this just a high-speed joust flyby. Fire a couple of shots, and then I'll try to maneuver so that I can maybe get a good angle on a missile shot. And not really good for much cannon damage. I'll go ahead and fire a couple of missiles just as a distraction. And he did a good job avoiding those. I can tell by the slow recharge rate of his shield arrays that he's got his power set to weapons, so he's getting ready for a gunfight. And I've got 4 missiles left, so I'm going to try to find an opportunity to use those. Very good timing with that missile at this angle and speed. And yep, he got me. Okay, this time I'm going to try to not let my speed drop at all unless I'm at a very long distance and it's safe to do it. Okay, after the merge, we'll go ahead and circle around and try to bring him in kind of at the edge of my primary weapon range. And nope, looks like he's coming in fast, so this is going to be a high-speed pass, and as we fly by I'll take a couple shots. And as expected, not really any damage there. I'll go ahead and try to realign myself for a circle. If I can get the angle, speed, and distance right, I should be able to hit with a few shots and make it difficult for him to hit me. I'll stay on horizontal thrusters, keep my speed up, and it looks like he's going to come back in the same direction, so we're going to kind of merge in the middle here. I'll fire a couple missiles here in case he lets the speed drop in. No, it looks like he's going to stay on afterburner. He's going to fly away at high speed, easily avoiding those missiles. And it looks like we're getting into more of a chase scenario here, but I'm not going to go right in on his 6 because he can just flip around and shoot at me while flying backwards, so I'll make it pretty easy for him. So I'm going to stay wide and try to approach him from the side and work my way in at an offset angle. Okay, he shifted his course a little bit, and looks like we're entering a circle engagement here, and right at the edge of cannon range. And it looks like we're going to stay pretty far apart. And okay, so I'll take a chance on a missile, but I'm flying so fast now I don't have to use countermeasures. That missile just will not be able to close the gap at this speed. I'm getting fairly close to that station, so I want to watch for that so I don't collide with it. And I'll try to tighten the circle here a little bit and bring him in range. And while I engage with cannons, he's also at an ideal position for a missile shot, so I'm going to fire a couple of those. And it's a hit, and he's returning fire with several missiles, so I'm just going to hit the afterburner and fly away, high speed, and avoid him that way. And once they all range detonate, I'll go ahead and turn around and re-engage. Again, I'll try to keep my speed high, so I'll build that up here as I approach. And I'll try to keep him at the edge of cannon range. The Chimera's shield capability is one of its best defenses, so I'm going to try to attack with both beam weapons and particle cannons at the same time and try to cut through those as much as I can. And that worked pretty well, doing some direct hull damage, and it looks like he's turning away to run. He's hitting the afterburner and speeding up, so I'm going to go ahead and chase. I am faster, so I can definitely catch up to him here. And I'll try to stay close enough to continue inflicting damage with particle cannons. Now that I've built up so much momentum, I can fly sideways and strafe next to him. And I'll try to work that in to fly around in front of him and then shoot backwards at him here. And as I fly around in front of him, I should be able to inflict some damage here if I can get his shields down again. And that is working pretty well. Knocking his hull down further, he's down to 2%. So definitely he's going to try to just escape now. So I'll try to catch up to him and finish him off here. Alright, that worked pretty well.